What's up, guys? Cat Nintendo 64 here, and today we're doing something a little bit different today. It's a kind of semi, not so much return of the discussion videos thing, as I have gathered all three of my boys, Michael Game Show, JordanDraws, and Prism, for a tier list ranking of all the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks, and that includes the Booster Course Pass.
And how this is going to work is not going to be based on our opinions. I mean, of course, we have our own different opinions. How it's going to work is that we're going to choose a track, and then depending on how we feel about it, because I'm sure we all have different opinions on certain tracks. Like, if we all liked it, we're probably going to put an S tier. If one of us loves it, but one dislikes it, but not great, we put an A or B tier. Or if we all think it's mediocre and stuff, we put C. Or one likes it, we don't like it, D. You get the drill.
So, like, for example, so like
we'll just mix our opinions together.
Yeah. So, like, for example, if like one of us like really likes Mario Kart Stadium, but that someone else like doesn't like it, like we just like put it like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
But there are a few tracks, like 2 or 3, that I think we could all agree deserve to go in F tier.
Where is there's
where's the link to the tier list? I know
it doesn't.
I just didn't do it on the side.
Michael had gotten rid of it. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Actually, you could probably like just like DM it to him or something.
Oh, the link. Yeah, hang on. I can read it. I can like send it to them.
I could just watch from here.
No, that's fine. I'll just do it. I'll just do it really quick. Hey, give me a sec.
All right, I'll let you do that before we start. And also, as a side note, real quick, this thing here is just
there's a lot of freaking stages in this game.
Yeah, but like some of these things might just fly really fast. We'll just like some of them will probably be like an easy F or easy S tier or something.
Well, one thing's for sure, all these stages get an easy F tier for me because they're all Mario Karts, and I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm so tempted to kick you out of the call for that, Jordan.
People can go ahead and join their own versions if they want to.
And also, what I was saying though, is like this link here is just because we were playing Shell Shockers right before recording because we had not done it in a while. Sorry.
Jordan and Prism, did you both got the link?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Jordan, you got it, right?
But yeah, I'm just gonna watch on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
So I think without further ado, we're gonna begin with Mario Kart Stadium over here. So what are we feeling about this one?
Okay, so for my opinion, as a beginner track for Mario Kart 8, I think it's pretty solid. But as like a track like by itself compared to the other games, it's pretty mediocre.
Honestly, I'd say it's like a decent like starting track. Not too exciting, but like it does get you started for the game for sure.
I don't know. I feel like...
Go, Jordan.
Okay, I don't know, but I probably have to give it like it's definitely not the highest like first level starts, but I feel like it's definitely a good way to start the game. So I'd say a B tier.
Yeah. And that's actually a good point because like by technicality, it's not one of the circuits.
No, that's true. But I was gonna say I do like the music. So I think I put it as a B tier.
Prism, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty good, just basic track.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess we're putting it in B tier then. Oh, and actually, as a side note, like if we do have like if one of us says like our thoughts and like we pretty much like agree, we just like say like, yeah, my opinions exactly or something like that. So yeah. So with that being said, our next track is Water Park.
That one is a little bit more forgettable. Like I honestly can't remember a single thing about it. Like to be completely honest.
Honestly, I do kind of like it, but it's not as much as Mario Kart Stadium. If I'm being honest, it's probably C tier for me.
Yeah, that's why I put it C tier.
Okay, for me personally, like I like its idea of like taking place in a water park itself, but that first turn at the start can be a bit tricky, especially if you don't realize that it's mirror mode. So, yeah, I'd probably guess a C.
Prism.
Yeah, I agree with C. It's a cool idea. It's just not the most fun to race on.
I honestly like, from another adding to that is apparently some Discord people are like, just like baffled about it just being called Water Park, which like I just don't mind it because like they're expecting us to be like something more exciting, like what Music Park got in Europe or whatever, where it's Melody Motorway.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Why do they expect us to call it Ocean Land?
I don't know. Anyway, Sweet Canyon.
Okay,
I honestly
Sweet
think I think the idea alone is like puts it pretty high.
Yeah. For me, I say Sweet Sweet Canyon is slightly better than Water Park, but still like a C tier for me.
I honestly like the track itself is okay to race, but like I think the idea itself is very much out there from Mario standards. It's a
But
B tier for me.
the music is
Mhm.
definitely a savor grace for the track. That's for sure.
Hmm.
So
I'd say C tier, but higher than Water Park.
yeah, I agree with Prism.
Okay, personally, I wouldn't put it that low. Like, I don't have to give it a B tier. Like, I think the stage is pretty interesting. I think it looks delicious, of course, but the track is kind of short. It's a bit on the shorter side, and also, okay, I know I wasn't gonna say it, but Sweet Mountain's better. I'm sorry, but I
You
give it a
would say
B.
that, of course. Honestly, I think we'll just leave it as like a low B tier.
Mm-hmm.
I say that's fair enough for both parties.
All right, next up is Thwamp Ruins.
I actually like Funk Ruins. It's not like the best track in the game, but I put it as an A tier personally.
Ooh.
Yeah, honestly,
Honestly,
I'd say it's an A tier for me, probably. Maybe like a low A tier or something.
Yeah,
I probably have to agree with.
yeah, low is fine enough for me.
Okay, honestly, I probably have to agree. Like, I always have like a thing for like things that are ancient or old, and I definitely like the idea of like a swamp themed temple, and
Mhm.
also, like, yeah, I think it just looks interesting. The music's pretty interesting, and also I even like the small detail of like when you fly over the place, there's like a little crow's nest on one of the little pillar things.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like this
and
little detail.
the pillar shortcut, yeah, that's pretty easy to do unless you don't screw up.
Mhm. All right. Next up, we have Mario Kart 8's version of Mario Circuit.
I'd say pretty much the same tier as Marco saying, but actually lower. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like for a circuit track, it's not bad, but kind of like a forgettable one.
Yeah.
Honest, honestly, I'd probably have to give it a C behind Water Park. Is that like, okay, like I don't know how to feel about it actually. Like, I like how there's a track that throughout Peach's Castle, but overall, it's kind of forgettable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it below Water Park, but I think it's more fun to race on than Water Park. But it is C.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I also put it as C tier, but higher than Water Park.
Yeah, for me, it's like I think like I think it's generally like the idea of like a floating circle with Peach's Castle also floating there is kind of wacky, but the track itself is kind of boring. So yeah, high C tier. I do kind of like it more than Water Park though.
Yeah, same here.
Now Toad Harbor, this one's got to be an A for me, and I'm not gonna explain why.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I probably agreed. A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put it higher than Thwomp Ruins, but definitely A.
Yeah, I also put let me speak. Toad Harbor as an A tier, and because I like the track, I like the music and stuff. It's really great and memorable and stuff. I'd probably put it higher than Fun Ruins, but like lower S tier, higher A tier. But I think as for now, I think I'm gonna put it as higher A.
All right. Next up, we have Twisted Mansion.
Oh god, probably one of the most forgettable tracks in the game.
Mm. I wouldn't say like forgettable for the game because like I think for the Ghost House theme, it does like definitely like I think it lives up to the Ghost House nature compared to like any like some of the other Ghost tracks we've gotten.
Yeah, I
Oh,
understandable, but
I
hey, at least it's better than Ghost Valley 2 or Ghost
oh
Valley from Super Mario Kart.
damn right, it's
I
definitely higher than the Ghost Valleys for sure.
okay. Personally, I probably have to give it a B tier, but probably above Sweet Canyon. Is that like okay? Like I always am down for any kind of like Luigi's Mansion themed like stage, and especially with this one, it takes it pretty cool. Like I always keep thinking like this would be a really good idea to take inspiration to make this into like an actual like attraction somewhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like I
actually,
think this would be a cool idea.
yeah. I can just like imagine
Yeah,
like somehow they'd like just like implement like they just make like the I'm not trying to right click or anything, but they just like make the haunted mansion, but just like kind of like make it like the twisty turny roller coaster styles that we've seen in like other parks that aren't Disneyland.
Like basically, in my opinion, it just reminds me of Haunted Mansion.
yeah, in some ways, but just kind of like a worse version of it.
So yeah, I'd say probably above Sweet Canyon for me.
So as for me, I put it as a D tier. I mean, I just find it completely forgettable.
Prism, what are you thinking
Ooh.
about the track?
I agree with Jordan on this one. I think it's pretty cool. Above Sweet Canyon, yeah.
I think in that regard, like with our collective opinions, we'll just like leave it below it.
Okay.
Just
Alright,
with what
let's
Michael
move on.
said. Next is if this stupid ad would stop getting in the way of the tracks because it does that for some reason. We have Shy Guy Falls.
Ooh.
So Shy Guy Falls is kind of similar to Twisted Mansion for me, but slightly better.
Shy Guy Falls is a track I actually kind of enjoy.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
I find it more enjoyable and more memorable, but it's just kind of mediocre to me.
I probably have to give it a D tier. Personally, it's easy to fall off. It's not that memorable in my opinion. And like, okay, I like the idea of it being like a canyon that Shy Guys go to mine crystals and all. Kind of like, I don't know. There was like another attraction in another theme park that had that same concept, but this one, I don't know. It's not really for me. Probably give it a D.
Yeah, I agree with the D because it just feels too bland, and the turns at the beginning, especially on higher CCs, they're so annoying to go around.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I also give it a D tier.
So I guess in that regard, we'll leave it as D. But personally, for me, it is a track that I do enjoy a little bit more than Water Park. But I'll resonate your guys' opinions and leave it at D tier.
However, I do give Shy Guy Falls a higher D, and it's very close to being lower C for me.
All right. Next up, we have my personal favorite Nitro track in the whole game for some freaking reason. I don't know why this is still my favorite track from the Nitro tracks in 8. Dolphin Shoals.
Yeah, well, I can see why you like the track, Alex. Personally, I don't think it's my personal favorite, but it is definitely an A tier for sure.
Ooh.
I'm trying to scroll it.
I probably have to. I don't know. Like for me, I would probably give it a higher. I probably have to give it a higher C. Like okay, like the stage is fun and all, but again, it kind of falls into the same category as some of the other ones, where the stage is kind of short.
I think I'd actually put it at D. I love how it looks, and like the underwater is cool. It's so annoying to race on.
I mean, I guess that's also a fair point.
So for me, I put it as an A tier, but below Swamp Ruins.
Well, I think in that regard, since it's my favorite of the Nitro tracks, what Michael Wood said, and then what Jordan and Prism said, I think we'll just put it in the middle of B.
Wait, Nitro tracks.
Nitro tracks is in Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, Special Cup.
Oh.
That's what's classified as the Nitro Cups since DS. Next, we have Electrodrome, which I feel like should be an easy S tier.
Yeah, it is. It is an S tier.
Yep, I can agree. Actually, like I like the lighting. I mean, the stage plus like the stage designing could have been a bit better, but overall, I give it an S.
I remember playing this track like on the Wii U version, and I was like, "What the hell is this kind of crap?" And it took me a while to realize, like, "Oh wait, this is anti-gravity upside down stuff." That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the idea of a dance party as a track is kind of wild, but I don't know why, but also like something about the idea of freaking Larry Koopa being a DJ is kind of funny to me. I don't know why.
I guess that would be the last coupling I would expect to be a DJ, but yeah, at the same time, I don't know who else could be.
I was if all the DJs, like probably the most one expected to be DJ is probably either Lemmy or Iggy. Probably, I'm guessing.
Nah, they're both like too silly and crazy, respectively, for that.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Koopalings had a DJ one time in one of the Mario Bros. TV shows?
Oh yeah.
I feel like one of them.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
I don't think so. If editor me, if you want to like slip in the fact about that, then feel free, and if not, then just ignore it.
But let's try to stay on the topic though.
Yeah. Anyway, next we have a Mount Wario, which I think like the idea of like just playing one giant like not even like a full length track like some of the normal section tracks. So you just like literally just go down a freaking mountain. I think that idea alone puts it pretty high already.
It's actually. You go for sure.
Yeah, I personally, I'd probably have to say I also give it an S. Like, I definitely like stages that just like are just a straightforward path and not constantly looping, and I feel like this one does it really well.
Especially for the first one doing that.
As I was gonna say, it's actually considered to be most people's favorite track of the whole game. or at least Nitro Track. I'm not sure the whole game, but yeah, I also put it as S tier. It's actually one of my favorites of the entire game.
I'd definitely put it at S. I don't know. It's just so fun to go down the mountain and everything's different instead of the 3 same laps.
Yep.
I'm just now realizing something.
What?
Why is Sunshine Airport all the way here between Baby Park and Cheeseland? That's the first track of the Star Cup. I didn't even notice. I'm like, wait a second. Isn't there something missing?
Yeah, I was gonna say I did not make this. It was already automatic when I enter it.
Yeah. Well, I guess all the tracks are there. But anyway, Sunshine Airport, which I think that's another high track easily.
Yep, I could agree. Like, okay, the tune is catchy. Like the stage design is pretty clever. It's a good way to use the glider, and also, not to mention, I like the little reference to friggin' what is it?
Koopa Troopa Beach from 64.
Beach at like when you fly back down. Like, I thought that was really clever to include that. Although I remember ever since I saw that, I was like when the DLC tracks were coming, I was always like telling myself,
yeah, I think people were kind of having that same idea that they were hoping for.
Like, I was hoping that they would add Koopa Troopa Beach into it just so I could to see if they would actually add the detail of having such an airport in the back. But I don't know. I still thought that was pretty cool to do that.
Was Koopa Troopa Beach in Tour at all? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I actually don't know. I think so.
I never played Tour.
Yeah,
anyway, as for me, I actually think Sunshine Airport is probably my favorite track, Nitro track in Mario Kart 8, in my opinion, because I like the music, I like the track layout, and I like the airplanes flying from the runway.
So you know what? Yeah, I have to give it an S.
And I think also like the detail of like when you're like doing the glider ramps and like the airplanes are flying above you, the sound just kind of goes away to match because of the airplane turbines.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd put it bottom of S. It's good, but I don't think it's good enough to be higher in S.
Also, for the S ranks here, is it like the correct order we want so far? Electrodrome, Mount Wario, Sunshine Airport.
Yeah, for like all of us together, yeah, I think that's.
Except maybe I would put Mount Wario in front on the top of S tier, but I'm fine with either or.
Yeah,
I only say that because I don't think we said anything about it being above Electrodrome.
Yeah, but my order is completely different to what we're doing in what you see on the screen.
Anyway, next up we have a Cloud Top Cruise.
I actually don't know. My opinions on that one always changes. Like, there are times where I actually really enjoy it, and there are other times where I just don't like it.
Honestly, for me, it's just kind of like a B.
Okay, for me, this probably would be an A, but the thing is, it's just the stage layout might not be the best, but I really like how it goes from like the cloudy being like a really like cheerful like theme, which by the way, I do like that tone, and not to mention like when you go into the clouds, it goes into like a rocking like theme. That's what I really like.
Yeah.
Well, so I probably have to put it high on B tier. I'd say highest on B tier.
I think also like another thing, like I really like the Easter egg of how like after the storm cloud section, when you get back to the main road, for the beanstalk, it like starts as like a question block because it's supposed to be a reference to the vine blocks from the 2D Mario games.
I don't think I've noticed that before actually.
But if there's one thing I do like from this track, it's the reference to Guts Guy Galaxy from Mario Galaxy. So
yeah,
that was a nice reference. And as for me, I put it as a B tier, but pretty high. I want to give it an A tier, but like I said, there's just sometimes I just feel like I don't like it that much at all. So I put it as a higher B.
Yeah, I'd put it between Mario Stadium and Dolphin Shoals because it's cool and fun, but it does get annoying at times.
All right.
But I do put it over Mario Kart Stadium for sure.
Next up, we have, I think, what is my least favorite track in the whole game, Bone Dry Stinkin' Dunes.
F tier easily.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I probably have to give it like, okay, definitely not high one, but I wouldn't say it's that low. I'd probably say like I'd probably say like D tier.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with Jordan on this one. I like it. I'd put it bottom D.
I mean, I know it's the sand and kind of a bland level, but hey, they spiced it up by having a bunch of bones in it, not to mention friggin' like a bunch of red sand. Like, it's not common that you see red sand. Usually, you just use the classic yellow sand.
Yeah, I think like the thing for me though is that like it's just visually it looks okay. I think it's more of like I just like don't really like racing down the track because like I'm bored, but also like some things get in my way more often than some of the other tracks. All right, next up we have
Why is there an E tier? I just realized why.
that's because I decided to like throw in a E tier as well.
Oh,
Cause like I think for some tier lists I've seen that they did have an E tier, so just like
That is
at
true.
that. Next up we have a Mario Kart 8's version of Bowser Castle.
Oh god. I feel like this is probably one of the most forgettable Bowser's Castle tracks in the entire Mario Kart series.
I honestly would not say that. I honestly like, well, I guess for Bowser's Castles and for the series maybe, but like I'd say it's in like the top half for me.
But if we're talking about like Bowser Castle in the game, I actually think this is the better version than Bowser Castle 1. But that's just me.
You mean 3?
Oh yeah, I meant 3.
Mm.
I thought it was 1 for some reason. Anyway, so I probably put Bowser's Castle in Mario Kart 8's version probably as C tier.
Honestly, I'd say it's a low B tier. I'd say it's like a slightly worse version of Castle from Wii, which is like one of my favorite tracks in like probably a top 10 for the whole series. But like, honestly, I don't despise Bowser's Castle from 8 at all. Like, I think it's kind of good.
So I mean, as I was saying, I put it over under Sweet Canyon, but over Mario Circuit on my tier list on the C.
Mm.
Oh, also, there is one thing I don't understand from this Bowser's Castle. Why the hell does everyone consider this to be the best music of the whole Bowser's Castle?
okay, can I?
In fairness,
Can I bring this?
real quick, I'm just gonna answer Michael's question. I think it has something to do with the fact that like by this point in time they've been like cementing Bowser's like a rock head, like heavy metal for his music, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It is pretty good, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
I just like don't like pay attention to the music when I'm racing on Bowser Castle here. Anyway, go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, like, okay, personally, like, I think this stage is honestly a pretty high A tier, although I would say this one, I feel like my only complaint, well, not really complaint, but my only thing I gotta say about it is that I feel like the giant magma Bowser, although it definitely looks cool how he, like, punches each side, I kind of felt like it's a step down compared to the Wii version where he shoots fireballs at you.
Yeah.
But this one's still a good stage, so I say A tier.
I think it's a like usual. It's a pretty cool looking track, but it's not the best to race on. But I do think it's one of the better Bowser's Castles.
I think we'll just like put it in the middle of B tier.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Alright, so closing note for Bowser Castle. I think a detail that I really like that I learned recently is that the logo at the front of the castle for the Bowser logo, it's in front of like one of those like, I think it's specifically the sign for Route 66. Like the shape of it. Anyway, next up we have probably one of the most controversial Rainbow Roads in the series.
Which actually interesting that not a lot of people really like this version of Rainbow Road. They actually consider it to be extremely forgettable and doesn't even feel like a Rainbow Road. But honestly, what's the big deal?
Like, I'm not realizing like the thought process is that it's a Rainbow Road that's taking place in space. Why not add some extra space elements to it?
Yeah. I mean, if there's one thing I will agree is that I do think if out of all is there 5 or 6 Rainbow Roads? I think there's 5.
There's this one, SNES, N64, that's 3, and then 3DS and Wii were added in the boosted core, so it's 5 Rainbow Roads total.
Yeah. But yeah, if out of all the 5 Rainbow Roads, I do think this Rainbow Road is the weakest of the 5.
Honestly, for me, it's higher than N64 because I don't know.
But I probably put Rainbow Road in C tier, below Bowser's Castle, but actually no, above Bowser's Castle, below Bowser's Castle and above Sweet Sweet Canyon.
Okay, personally, is that okay? I originally used to like the N64 version of Rainbow Road the best, but after playing the game a bit more, I guess I will sometimes. But I feel like this is definitely my favorite version of Rainbow Road. Like, I like the idea of them mixing Rainbow Road, but this time with like a space station along with actual starships. I think that's a really cool idea, and also the music is also just so catchy.
Yeah, the music has actually grown on me over the years. I'll say that.
But personally, I would give it a high A.
Prism, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a good Rainbow Road, but it's just I like the space station aesthetic, but it does feel a little bland for a Rainbow Road. But I'd agree with between Bowser's Castle and Dolphin Shoals.
I think in that regard, we'll just like play it there to play safe. Because like I it's like I'm kind of on the same level as Jordan, where I like kind of I probably put it in A tier, but like maybe like just like bridging the gap between A and B for me. So.
All right, so that is every single Nitro track in the game, in our opinions.
Yep. Now we're moving on to the retro courses from base game, starting with Moo Moo Meadows.
Okay, so for the nostalgia reasons, I actually probably put it like A tier, because just for nostalgia reasons, from me growing up with Mario Kart Wii U and stuff.
Frankly speaking, for me, it's just a matter of that like I kind of enjoy it a lot, but it's kind of like a low A tier for me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I also agree with that. Like, it's like not the most memorable like Wii track retro track, but like I said, for nostalgia reasons, I can't give it any lower than that. But if I was gonna give it like an average like normal rating, I'd probably give it the C tier. But like I said, for nostalgia reason, I'm giving it an A, but above Mario Kart Stadium. Or I mean, not Mario Kart Stadium, Dolphin Shoals.
Okay,
all right, go Jordan.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this first, is that just sometimes give us our time to say our opinions. If we have any extra stuff to say, then say it after. But anyways, is that okay? Although yes, this is kind of nostalgia since I did play Mario Kart Wii. Personally, the stage never really grew on me when I was younger, so it doesn't grow on me here. I probably have to give it a C.
I'd personally put it above Mario Kart Stadium and B. I think it's a pretty cool loop track and how you have to watch out for the cows, and there's more of them as you go on, but I don't know, it's not good enough to be A, but it's pretty good.
I think we'll put it there to bridge the gap. And actually, as like a side note, because like that kind of bodes well for me because of I didn't like it as much as Wii when I was growing up, and then like when Mario Kart 8 came around, I just like realized the potential that it has, and unfortunately, I'm running out of space on my camera, so I'm gonna zoom out a tiny bit to like make room for more of the screen because this is stupid. Next up, we have GBA Mario Circuit, which is kind of low for me, and I'm not gonna explain why. Like,
yeah,
okay, well, excuse me, I will explain why. The anti-gravity loop isn't like really doing it for me, because like I think when the reveal like for Mario Kart 8 happened and when we saw that, it was cool, but over time it's kind of like wore its course.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also give it a low tier, not an F tier, not an E tier, probably a D tier, but and I remember people were praising the anti-gravity loop thing. I'm like, it's not that interesting. It never has been.
Yeah, I'd say like I feel like maybe this stage was good when it first came out, but now that more stages come out, in comparison to all the other ones where literally the anti-gravity has it going like upside down or like completely on the side, this one doesn't compare as much. But yeah, I probably have to give it a D tier personally. It's also too short.
I think it's basically just a better Moo Moo Meadows, but I'd personally put it here on C between Water Park and Circuit.
So
I think we'll just leave it below Shy Guy Falls.
I put it below. I put it on D tier, but above below Twisted Mansion.
I feel like the one saving grace it has is that the things that it's used to raise the anti-gravity loop is that stupid, I don't know what it's called, but I know it's like some old like Nintendo like grabby toy something.
Oh, that thing they made it, I think, like in the 1980s, I think.
Yeah. Next up, we have Cheap Cheap Beach and.
Yeah. Oh God.
Honestly, it's kind of just middle of the pack for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's like kind of like below C tier and D tier. Like below, like bottom C tier, but higher D tier for me. Like it's not the most forgettable one, but I know it's not the most memorable one, but it's also kind of forgettable at the same time. Like I'm having a hard time where I feel about it.
If I'm not really sure what I could say. Like, I guess I guess, but I'm gonna get say in front of D. Like, it's decent enough, but I felt like they could have brought in some better beach stages than this one.
I'd put it below Water Park. I think it's good, but it's a little too short, and there's more they can do with it.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Pretty much like that's where I put it as well. I put it in C tier below Water Park, but they should have brought back like Peach Beach or something.
Or that one.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
Honestly, I probably would have taken Cheap Cheap Beach over Peach Beach. I'll be honest.
Wait, is Peach Beach the one with those like duck things that flip you up? If you
Yes, it
try
is.
zooming up?
Aquatic
Yeah, I
Quack.
would have preferred that.
The Cataquax, yeah. Also, Michael, he doesn't play. He hasn't played any of the games, or really like played much of the games that have the Cataquax in them. So
Yeah, that is true.
anyway, what are we feeling about Toad's Turnpike?
Oh dear lord, I really don't like Toad's Turnpike at all.
Honestly, for me, it's kind of like a low B tier. Even though I don't really like have that much of a problem with the cars anymore. But like I don't know.
I don't like Toad's Turnpike in the original version, and really the remix. While I do think it's better, it's like, I still don't really like it.
Honestly, I take the remix any day, especially on mirror mode, where the freaking in the original mirror mode cars are just going towards you instead of away from you.
Okay, personally, I honestly think opposite. I really like this stage. Like, I always like the ideas of like having a race that's in like an actual highway and like, okay, like because I always think it's fun to like to try to like weave in between the traffic and all that. Although, I feel like there's like less like difficulty to it and more just easiness. Like the guys with the like the ones with the surfboards. But I do also like the references that they have on some of them. So yeah, I give it a solid A.
I agree with Jordan on this one. I really like this one. The racing on the highway and weaving between the cars is just lots of fun.
So I think in that regard, we'll just like leave it middle of B tier then.
And I'll put mine in E tier, as I don't think it's bad enough to be an F tier, but holy
I think
crap,
above
I
Bowser's
really
Castle.
don't like it.
Yeah, I'd say above Bowser's Castle.
Well, for me though, because like I try and like average out for all of our opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the three of us did say B tier. Mine's low. You guys are above Bowser Castle, and his is down in E tier apparently. But like, I don't hate Toad's Turnpike that much. I'll say. I'll just leave it here at the bottom of the thing. Bottom of B tier. I mean.
I know.
Look.
Next up, Dry Desert.
Michael already puts this in F tier. I can tell. Which it's not really for me. Honestly, it's kind of like somewhere in C tier. I don't know where for me.
Actually, no, I don't put Dry Desert in F tier. I put it in E tier still, but not F tier, as it's yes, it's extremely boring, and it's a desert track, and I'm not normally a huge fan of desert levels in general, but I don't think it's really bad enough to be an F tier.
I probably have to put in C personally. Like, okay, yes, it's a desert track, but like I felt like it's kind of a bland one. Like it's literally just racing in the desert. I mean, its only saving grace I could give it is that I do like the fountain thing in it. It's kind of a change of pace.
Yeah, the Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it's not the best. So I'd say, honestly, actually, I'd give it a D. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, for this one, I'd put it bottom of C. I think it's just a bland desert.
We'll put to average it out. We'll put it at top of D.
Yeah, there's more they could have done with it, like maybe like a pyramid or something. But
exactly,
right now it's just sand with an oasis.
So yeah.
I mean, that in fairness, that's probably the fault of the original version, which like the only change that they generally made outside of getting rid of the piranha plane in the quicksand area, they added the Oasis and that's it.
So yeah, I do put it above Toad's Turnpike, but definitely above Bone Drawing Doings, that for sure.
All right, next up we have honestly a track that's kind of grown on me, Donut Plains 3. I certainly like the remix of the music, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do as well. I think it's actually better than the original version, hands down.
Damn right, I played the original version. The original version sucks.
Same here, and yeah, I put it in low B tier.
Yeah.
Above Mario Kart Stadium. But yeah, it's a pretty enjoyable track, and I actually do like the music, like I just said, because it reminds me of when the Blues go marching in for
Mm-hmm.
some reason.
Um, Honestly, I have to give it an E. Like, okay, I mean, I believe it when you said they improved it, but personally, it's still kind of a bland stage. Not to mention, also the turns are way too like short, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Aside from the
Like the
last one
tracks
where
are
they
too
put in
close together
slippery.
to where you have to turn really quickly.
It's a sniff track. What else is new?
Yeah, I think it's just a mediocre track. The turns, especially on like the mud parts in higher CCs, are very annoying. But
You could also make it.
That is partially like the point because I think in the original for those areas it was kind of a little bit more slippery as well.
Doesn't make it better though. I give it an E.
I'd put it bottom of B.
We'll put it top of C to average it out.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are we feeling about Royal Raceway?
Oh God. I didn't like the original version, and in this version, it's kind of the same. It's just okay, but I do think it is better. But my dad really likes the original version of this track for sure.
Probably because he can
If
drive.
he
Probably
does
because
the tier list, he would definitely an S tier.
he can drive up to the freaking castle in the original.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to feel. Like, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how to feel. Like, I do like its atmosphere, but I guess I probably have to give it a B. Like, I like the atmosphere, but like in comparison to some of the other ones, it does kind of fall a little flat. But I give it a B.
I feel like it's one of the better like basic race tracks. It's better than Mario Circuit. I'd put it or bottom of B.
So for me, this track goes to the C tier, tier, but I put it below Bowser's Castle, but above Mario Circuit.
We'll put it top of C here.
All right.
Yeah, just also like remember, Michael, that like the tier list that I have that I'm sharing with you guys is different than the one you're doing.
Oh yeah, I already know. I don't know why I'm pointing it out for some reason. Because I plan to send it out to people. I don't know.
Yeah. Next up, we have the giant Donkey Kong Country Returns reference track, DK Jungle.
Oh God. See, this track to me is like extremely forgettable, but the only saving grace I have of it is the music. Like other than that, I just find it incredibly forgettable.
I feel like there could have been some, or actually, I'd say it's just a C. Like, I'd say high C. Like, I do like the inside the temple just having the giant golden banana. Not to mention when you fly out, you have the giant screaming like totem things. But I don't know. I'd probably just give it a solid C.
Yeah, I think it's kind of forgettable, but the music is really good. Yeah, I'd put it where it is now, between Donut Plains and Mario Circuit.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, like I said, like the thing that I said when I brought it into the thing, the fact that it's a giant DK Country Returns reference, that's literally like the thing I can really say about it.
all right. So here I go. Put it in the C tier. I probably put it above Bouncer Castle and below Bouncer Castle and above Royal Raceway. So let's go.
Jordan or Prism, would you guys like to express your opinions first on this one?
I'll let them go first this time.
I'd say it's kind of short. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of short. Like, yeah, that's all I can say. It's too short. I'd probably give it a C.
I actually I really like these stadium type courses where it's like a normal racetrack, except there's more obstacles and hazards. I'd personally put it top of B.
All right, Michael.
As for me, I put it as C tier. It's not really that memorable, in my opinion, but it's not bad for sure. I honestly prefer the original version because it's this track it is pretty short, but I just don't find it really memorable. So C tier. I put it hold on, where did I put it? I probably put it below Bowser's Castle, above DK Jungle Parkway.
I'm leaving it at the bottom of B tier for this list because for me, um, I like the remix of the music. Um, I can't say if I like it more than the original, obviously, because like if I do say that I like it more, then people are gonna kill me. But it definitely like for the most part does still feel like Wario Stadium how it should be to me, and I honestly kind of do like I honestly like visually and maybe slightly track layout wise. I kind of do like for the ending part. I mean, I do like it more than the original. That's all I can really say about it. Anyway, next up we have honestly a track that was very much uh adjusted for the better for this game compared to Double Dash Sherbet Land.
Oh yeah, I hate the original version of Sugarland. It's probably like the worst track in Double Dash. And this version is definitely a much better version. So I give it a solid B. Below topped cruise in my opinion. So there we go.
I guess I probably have to agree. Like, it's definitely not like the best track, but it's definitely not the worst either.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I feel like it's a little too open in like the parts where the Shy Guys ice skate. Like, if I feel like if how with how open it is, they should have put two different. Well, I know you can go underwater, but that's like 2 seconds. You're somewhere else. I'd personally put it top of C maybe. Just I feel like there's more they could have done with how open it is.
Leverage it out because I'll just like leave it like in middle B, like it may be like not exactly like in the middle of B, but like it's just kind of like whatever. Some of these are like in the middle anyway, but like for me it's because like the music for me is such a vibe, but like playing the track itself. I don't know. It just kind of does feel like a winter wonderland to me. Not certainly not like that doesn't mean it's like like great for me. Or yeah, you guys get what I mean. I don't know. And now we have what some people on Discord do not like to use the original name because of Melody Motorway is apparently like the better name, which I get it, but still Music Park is just Music Park. Like literally, like
Yeah,
all it got in this version was a glow up, and that's all it needed, really.
yeah. As I say, like, can they just accept it and just move on? Especially since they made that track like what almost like 15 years ago.
I don't know. I probably have to give it an A tier. Like, I like the concept of like giant music like pianos that you go across and it actually goes along.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the giant music notes. You can't go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so yeah, I give it an A.
and honestly, like I only say that like the track got a glow up in this game because like that's all it really needed because like the concept in general is already amazing and like yeah.
I personally put it top of A because I feel like it's a little too short, but I think the length is actually perfect. I also really like how the turns are like perfectly timed for a drift.
Right, that's actually
I don't know,
fair.
it's just so satisfying to race on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I put it as an A tier, below the Metals. It is definitely a good track, and I don't really have a lot to say about it, but I definitely do like the musical notes near the end.
Mm.
Also, Michael Meadows is in B, not A.
It's for his tier list, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Now,
Sorry.
next up is a track that I am not going to speak about because this is literally my home turf. This is literally my favorite track in like the whole game, aside from Weed River Road, Yosh Valley. So go nuts, guys.
I would definitely say that this is definitely a master improvement over the original version, as I cannot stand the original version of Yoshi Valley.
Personally,
Let Jordan go first, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you.
Personally, I probably have to just give it an A tier. Like, okay, again, I like how it's a variety of tracks, but like once you know the fastest track, you're never gonna take any of the other ones.
Damn
but
right.
I'd still say it's a solid one.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Jordan, but I'd put it bottom of A because I like how it's open and there's a lot of paths, but if you actually want to win, there's only like one you can take, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
As for me, I kind of determine if I want to put lower S tier or higher A tier. because like I do like the track, but it's like not the best. So oh god, this is such
I'll just leave it at the top of A to average it out.
yeah, okay, yeah, but
It's like
I think for my
literally like for me, like if I was just doing this by myself, it's going straight to the very top above Electric Dome.
yeah, I think for my tier list I'm doing on my iPad. I think I will put it as lower S tier, below electrical or whatever the hell that track's called.
Electrodome, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
All right. Next up is a track that I very much would put in somewhere in S tier. I don't know exactly where. TikTok Clock, my beloved.
Oh yeah, I also really love this version of TikTok Clock. I actually think the music is actually a little worse than the original version for some reason. Even though most people consider that to be better than the original. But whatever, it's like still a really fun track to play around. Definitely one of my favorites of the entire game. But probably put it below Sunshine Airport, but higher up than Mountain Wario. S tier.
Okay, I gotta say, I play also have to give it an S. Like, I honestly have to give props to them for taking a pretty bland and boring stage from the original and actually making it much more interesting. And also, I just like the idea of just racing inside of a giant clock.
You know what's funny about that, Jordan?
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny about that? The original version, it was based around the actual like design of TikTok Clock from Mario 64 DS specifically. So
Yeah, that's what I know. That's what I noticed, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's amazing!" And remember, that was before I discovered the N64 version.
but honestly, like I don't mind that like they like toss that out like in favor of just like a more proper clock.
Like,
Yeah.
again, that's what it should have been. I mean, despite what it should have been. But, okay, you get the point. Point is S rank.
Mm-hmm. This might actually be one of my favorite tracks in the main game. It's just it's so fun to just race inside. And like I really like how you can go over the clock hands in the last part.
Yeah, that part I always love, like the little like the gears right before the finish line. I love that.
Yeah, I'd put it where you have it now between Electrodome and Mount Wario.
All right, cool. Next up, we have Piranha Plant Slide.
PP slide.
Why is why is my mouse glitched like this? Okay.
Okay, no need to worry.
Try put it.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah. That was weird. I think I've seen that happen before, but that was weird. Anyway.
All right. Okay. So Piranha Plant Slides. It's a track that I used to really love when I played Mario Kart 8. But the more I play it, and I realized that this track is actually pretty boring and forgettable.
Honestly, I feel like for me it bridges the gap between B and C.
I don't know. To me, like, I feel like it's definitely like somewhere. Like, I don't know what I can say about it other than like I just like how you go from underground to above ground. So I probably have to say A tier, but below Yoshi Valley.
Good old PP slide. I don't know. I think it's an okay course because I both like it and dislike it at the same time. Because I think it's cool how you're like going through a sewer basically, but I don't know. There's just something about it that's kind of bland.
All right.
We'll kind of like put it like somewhere in like the bottom of B tier then.
Yeah, between Turnpike and Mansion, I agree with that.
So I will put it in for me. I'll put it in C tier, but definitely a better version of Water Park in my opinion. And I put it below Mario Circuit.
Next we have Grumpy Volcano.
Oh, that's S tier easily for me. See, if I put it in S tier, I think I put it below below TikTok Clock and above Mount Wario.
Okay, is that okay? Another stage taken from the Wii version. I'm happy to see this one come back, although I feel like it would be S, but the main thing is that sometimes it could be kind of easy to fall off. So I'd say A tier, but above Yoshi Valley.
I kind of agree with that. I really like how the stage basically falls apart, but it does get hard to not fall off on some parts.
Also, not to mention, the music definitely fits perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
for
how
sure.
it gets more chaotic as the stage falls apart more and more.
Yeah. Honest, I feel like basically like what Jordan Prism said basically like resonates with my opinions. I feel like. Anyway, N64 Rainbow Road is a C tier for me. You guys can explain what you want.
Okay, so the thing is about N64 Rainbow Road, this version is yes, I do think it's a much better version than the original version,
That
in my
part's a
opinion.
fact. That's a fact.
Um, but here's the thing about N64 Rainbow Road. A lot of people complain that this track is way too short. I actually think this is like the perfect length for it because, well, the original version is obviously like 6,000 miles long.
Yeah.
This one is like perfectly length, and I don't really see anything to complain about it. And I actually, personally, I think it's much better than Mario Kart 8's version of Rainbow Roads. But it's, I don't think it's really that memorable, like some people say it is. Like the music is just okay. Like obviously the original version of the music is 10 times better.
Unfortunately, the
So
original version of the music is breathtaking. That's why.
yeah. So I think I will put it in low B tier, tier, B tier, but pretty close to high C tier for me.
Okay,
So,
so basically, I did say that Mario Kart 8 version of Rainbow Road to take over for being my favorite, but that doesn't mean I don't like this one. I still really love this stage. Like, I like how they I like how they made Rainbow Road like much like longer and make it like instead of it being just a complete loop, it's actually the entire stage. But also like the music sounds good. I like the train that goes by, and also like I like the fireworks going off. This literally looks like a kind of stage that would like be like a celebration for the Mario franchise itself. So
And actually, guys, I'm gonna just chime in real quick about that because a new secret that I kind of appreciate at least a little bit more than the light show in the original is that the fireworks of the characters specifically is it's of the 6 characters that have been in the Mario Kart series since the start.
that was nice reference.
Yeah.
so again, I'd say this is definitely. I still give this a really strong A tier. Like it's definitely a really fun track, and I still think it's really nice to look back upon.
Hmm. I think this is actually one of my favorite Rainbow Roads. It is easy, but I feel like it's like the victory lap course, like kind of like Champions Road, but like
Mm.
if it was in Mario Kart. Not the difficulty, but kind of like how it's like basically a celebration going on the whole thing. It just feels like the I don't know how to explain it. Like you win basically. I just really like it.
Basically, this would look like the stage that celebrities would go on.
No, like it's more like you know how in credits like the racing and stuff. I feel like it's you're racing through the credits or something like that basically.
I can kind of understand that. So I think
Heck,
would you put
probably
it like somewhere in like S tier in that regard, Prism?
Yeah, I'd put it like middle of S tier personally.
So I guess like to average it out, we'll put it like near the high B tier.
Yeah,
So
second.
anyway,
That is.
anyway, I forgot to mention this, but I put my my tier list of Rainbow Road, N64 Rainbow Road, in below Donut Plains 3. Forgot to say it, but that was my bad.
That's fine.
Anyway, moving on.
We move on to the DLC tracks for the base game now as we complete the retro courses with first up Yoshi Circuit.
Oh, that's easy S tier for me. I always loved this circuit in all versions I played, except for I think the weakest one I have played is probably the DS version.
That's a fact. That's a fact for sure.
But I always have nostalgia for the GameCube version. Well, actually, not really nostalgia because I didn't play Double Dash until freshman year of high school, but still, I always enjoyed the Double Dash version.
I feel like for me this would be like high B tiers just for the concept alone, just racing around an outline of Yoshi.
So,
Not much to say about that.
So, I put an S tier below Mount Wario, but above Electrico.
Okay, I do like the idea that you race on just an outline of a Yoshi, but because they do that, some tracks feel a little bit cramped, but yet it's not too cramped where it's unplayable. So I'd say it's a solid B tier.
Okay, this track, it's a cool idea racing around the outline of Yoshi, but the turns are kind of what ruin it because they just feel way too tight. Like especially the bumps on his back. I feel like you're forced to go through the grass on that unless you want to lose. I think if the track was larger, the turns would be easier, but how it is now, I think I don't know. I'd put it bottom of C personally.
Well, middle of B it is to average it out. Right there. Next up, we have Excite Bike Arena.
Oh god. Boring. It's like probably like the most forgettable track of the entire game. Like of all. Well, okay, Boat Giant Ruins. Yeah, yes, that was also pretty boring and forgettable. But even then, like, I feel like Excite Bike Arena has nothing interesting like at all. But yeah, but obviously, I do think Excite Bike Arena is better than Boat Giant Ruins. So I'm not saying it's the worst track. But yeah, definitely a bottom tier for me. So F.
Damn.
Okay, obviously I'm a complete opposite. I definitely don't think that. Like, I would say this would be a bland track, but yet just the idea of it being a back and forth track honestly just works. So I honestly have to give it a strong A. Like, okay, yes, I know it would be seen as bland, but I feel like at the same time this works really well. So yeah, I give it an A.
Yeah, I agree with Jordan on this one. When you see it, it feels like it would be boring to race on, but I think it's like Baby Park, but better. How it's like just a loop, but it's so fun to just go around. I don't know. It's one of my favorites. I'd put it probably top of A, honestly.
Now to average this out as this is like a high C tier for me because like the idea of it being a side bike is cool, and also the fact that the ramps change every time you play it is cool. But like other than that, you're basically just holding. It's basically just like it's like one of those like races that you'd see, like it's basically what Cars is like for the beginning and the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Like those kind of races. I don't know exactly what they're called, but
yeah, I forgot what they are either.
So I'll just leave it at the top of C tier for now.
All right.
Now, Dragon Driftway has to be high for the concept alone.
I'll give it.
You can go first, Jordan.
Okay, I'll give it that. I like its concept of like riding on giant like serpent dragons, which specifically come from Galaxy 2. But but I feel like some parts of it might be like I feel like the slopes on the edges like might be easy to slip off of, but overall I think this stage is pretty cool. And also I wasn't gonna do it again, but it also reminds me of Dragon's Road from Sonic Unleashed.
All right, this one I agree with Jordan on this one. It's cool concept, poor execution. Where it looks so cool, but like the turns especially, I feel like I'm always about to fall off, or I do fall off. Like especially in the very beginning where you're inside the dragon, it feels like you're always bumping into walls no matter what. I'd put it personally in C somewhere.
I'd probably put it in
A. I'd put it in A.
I find this to be one of the most annoying tracks of the whole game. As like every time I play it, it seems like I do bad in it. Like no matter how hard I try. Like there's been so many times where I try and I just fall off no matter what I. Oh wait, I just said that. Oops. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah, it is. I find it to be incredibly annoying. So I probably put it D tier. Above Mars Circuit.
Well, this is another one that's going in another one that's going in the middle of B tier. That's for sure.
And yes, it's GBA Mars Circuit, not the original version.
I know, cause like for me, cause like I only really struggle with Dragon Driftway on 200cc, much like half of the freaking track selection. I think I don't remember which track it was that like we were talking about, where it's like that like I struggle with it on like the higher speed, or no. I think like the 200cc point that I wanted to bring up with N64 Rainbow Road, because of like on that the track feels like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to Mute City has to be an easy S tier somewhere. At least for me, anyway. I know you guys don't give a crap about F-Zero. I almost accidentally said a swear word, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, I do think it's a good track. I don't consider it S tier. I consider it an A tier. So I'd probably put it below Dolphin Shores and above Moo Moo Meadows.
personally I have to give it an E tier. Like I like how it is like speed based, but I feel like level design and level like appearance it's kind of bland and not really well done.
That's F-Zero for you, baby.
I probably would give it an E.
I like how it's from F-Zero, but I don't know. I just feel like the track is, I don't know. The track is just not really that fun. I'm gonna be honest.
And also,
Yeah, I agree between Sherbert Land.
Also, another thing I will point out is that personally, I'm also not really a fan of the whole crossover thing that they did with the DLC of the original Mario Kart. Just like for some games it works, but for Mario Kart, I feel like it doesn't really.
Yeah, like
I'm assuming that also includes the Splatoon battle track in the mix.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to them when we get to them.
Those are not on here, I don't think.
Oh, are they not?
Unless they do like unless there's like a battle course tier list.
Yeah, they're not on here. I needed.
Yes.
I fixed this before we started recording, but I guess it decided that.
Oh yeah, because they kind of messed up.
Yeah. Wait. Is it? Hang on. Sorry, I'm just okay. Yeah, I think it's like this. Okay, yeah. Slight intrusion. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, but I will say, like, for me, City, for me, like, I feel like I enjoy it more than Big Blue. I'll be honest.
I
Yeah,
think
even though like
opposite.
Big Blue, like I understand if it's like higher for you guys, but like I feel like I have a little bit more like. I think it might also be the fact that like I like Mute City's music more than Big Blue. Anyway,
Alright.
oh, we have the classic Wario's Gold Crab.
Oh, that is easily F tier. In fact, it's probably my favorite DLC track in the original version. I'm not including the booster colors.
Oh, yes, I thought you said.
So yeah, definitely above Sunshine. It is S tier easily.
Okay, so hang on, how do I start this? So one is another Wii track. Second of all, this one definitely hit hard because I also had a lot of nostalgia for it. I enjoyed playing on it. Not to mention the music is also really well, and also has a little cherry on top. It even sparked the meme that came out of nowhere, Wario's Gold Crap, which is what we call it.
Yep.
Alex accidentally said it one time when it got selected in Mario Kart 8 on one section we had.
No, I think he's like, because sometimes he just adds like crap at the end of things, just like so like out of nowhere he was just like, oh yeah, and the friggin' Warriors Gold Crap.
I feel like Michael's explanation makes more sense. For me, like I think like it's definitely S tier. The thing that I'm glad that they changed is making the carts into anti-gravity instead of just smacking into them and you freaking die.
Oh yeah, that was actually a clever.
Because like if they kept it that way, it'd be A tier for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so for I actually remember playing a lot of Mario Kart Gold, Wario's Gold Mine and Mario Kart Wii in my old Wii, and I still have the footage of it because it's saved in my Wii thing. I was playing so badly with it. I was using like I can't remember which character I was using. I think it was like Yoshi or something. And I was using like the Wii U because back then I used motion controls. And holy crap, I was so bad. I am so glad I improved in Mario Kart Wii ever since then. So used to call Wario's Gold Crap or Mine a roller coaster track because it just reminded me so much of a roller coaster.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
I mean, also actually, okay, sorry for interrupting, but two other things is that. Okay, one, I already forgot the first thing I was going to say, but second of all, it actually sparked two memes, Wario's Gold Crap and the bats are blue.
Oh god, not that one. It's all because of one freaking color challenge that Michael was doing that like Jordan kept referencing the bats are blue over and over again.
It's just now a new meme, but also personally, I guess. Okay, but look, jokes aside, it's an S tier stage. It's fun.
Prism.
Yeah, I agree. It's S tier. It's just a fun track.
All right, where in S tier are we putting it, fellas?
I think in the middle is good. I don't think it's as good as TikTok Clock, but
I think when I pick like my favorite tracks in order, I think I pick Gold Mine before TikTok. I think, but I'll resonate it, but I'll just leave it in the middle of the pack.
Like I put it like the first one of the tier list, of my tier list.
And because I believe like for and just like I think like a slight edge that TikTok has is like the I kind of like the clock idea more than the mine idea, just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Next up, I feel like Michael would absolutely put Snesser and Road at the top of the list somewhere.
Actually, I would, but I'm not actually giving it an S tier. I'm actually going to give it an A tier. Well, I
That's
still
that
consider
that still is like my point, top of the list somewhere. So
that, yeah, but well, I still like the track and still consider it to be one of the better tracks that are one of the better Rainbow Roads of the whole trilogy. It's not my personal favorite anymore, like it used to be. Because I obviously grew Mario Kart 8 a lot more recently, and I just find SNES Rainbow Road still be good, but just not that great. But I'm still gonna give it an A tier, but above Toad's Harbor.
Hmm.
Also, I can easily do the shortcut, no problem.
Oh my god, of course.
Okay, I feel like the stage would probably be lower on the. I would say the stage is lower, but I felt like the amount of times that we kept getting the stage because Michael kept picking it, I feel like the more time I've been drawing it a bit.
Yes, and more.
But okay, like personally, I guess I could give it a C, but that's as much as it's gonna get.
This is one of my favorite Rainbow Roads to race on, just because in the original it was so bad.
Oh yeah, the original version sucks so bad.
Yeah, in Mario Kart 8, it's so fun. I don't know why, but just going around the turns is so satisfying to do.
Yeah,
Especially when you have a mushroom and can just jump over the gap in the middle.
Right. Yeah.
I even remember one of the first time we spent time at Alex's place. We didn't record it, but we were playing Mario Kart 8, and I don't remember got this random, but we did get SNES from a road one time. And since I was like really bad at Mario Kart 8 at the time, and I somehow won.
Oh yeah, that's
place.
right.
Yeah, but unfortunately we have no recording of it. But I actually still remember it.
I'd personally put this one top of A, honestly.
My opinion does kind of like average it out, like overall, only because like I like it a little bit more than N64 River Road, but honestly, like the track itself I like more than Seven's, but Seven's version of the music I kind of prefer. I kind of prefer the SNES classic charm for the music. IMO.
That's another reason why I like this track, because the music. I like both versions of the music, especially the final lap. I don't know why, but I just love the final lap music for some reason in this version.
Yeah, I love the final laps for like a lot of the songs that I have downloaded to my phone, like the final lap versions, like more often than not give me goosebumps, especially the ones that I like have a lot more nostalgia for. We remember.
Same here.
All right, where's Ice Ice Outpost going, fellas?
Oh god, this is another one of those tracks I'm just having a hard time figuring out if I actually like it or not.
Personally, for me, I just no pun intended. I kind of just like chill when racing in the track, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. It's just like a chill track that has nothing really interesting happen, but it's like not bad.
Aside from like the split path idea of like throughout the entire race, that's all I can give it credit for.
Oh god, this is a tough choice for me, but I'm gonna put it in the C tier, below Bowser's Castle, but above Wario Stadium.
I'm probably gonna put it in the D tier. Like it's kind of, I don't know. To me, it's kind of just it could have had more for it, and it doesn't really have much of that. So yeah, I give it a D.
I think it's just a pretty nice course. It's not really super special, but it's all right. I'd put it in C.
We'll just put it at the top of the D tier. All right, next we have this one's I feel like a little bit controversial for Hyrule Circuit.
Ooh, Hyrule Circuit.
And it's only because like the theming is obviously amazing, but I think the track itself is a little bit to play.
Yeah. The track is definitely like C tier, but I think for like the actual track, I think I'm gonna put it at like lower B, because I actually do like the Legend of Zelda theme, because I am a fan of Legend of Zelda. Not as much as Prism, but definitely still enjoy the franchise.
Music goes hard. So that's all I can say.
I put it in B tier, below N64 Rainbow Road.
Okay, now saying this from someone Okay, this being said from someone who's never once played a Zelda game in his life. Okay, again, I did say I'm not a fan of the whole crossover like theming, but I feel like this one was definitely a bit higher ranked, mainly because like I like how the coins are replaced with gems, like I said, Final Plants just those like the other plant-looking things, and also I like how like in the castle there's that like sometimes the Master Sword will show up and that's like an extra like booster thing you could say. So
So
I guess okay, I'll admit I'll give it an A.
I'll answer those questions for you, Jordan. Not to like flex because like nerd stuff, because like it's just stuff that I do happen to know. The gems happen to be called not rubies with a B, but rupees with a P. I don't remember the exact name of the plant guys at the end.
Dekubabas.
The Decababas, yeah. Because like that sounds like the one thing I probably. And then regarding the Master Sword shortcut, there's like the 3 anti-gravity things that if you hit them on the way down to that area, that'll unlock the thing. It's like a Zelda puzzle.
Oh.
I think those are like also like styled after like the same Zelda switches from some of the games too.
And it also plays the same sound effect from the original version.
Yeah, the classic Zelda puzzle theme. Yeah.
Alright, Prism, you're...
Believe it or not, I hate this course. The theming is great. I love how it looks, and I like how the enemies are from Skyward Sword, but the track itself, I hate it. I don't know what it is about this track. Racing on it just makes me mad. I wouldn't put it F.
I actually was not
the
expecting
theming
that
saves
to hear
it.
that from you, Prism. Especially if you're a huge fan of Zelda.
Yeah, I like how there's a Zelda track and it looks cool. It's just, I wouldn't put it in F. The theming saves it, but I'd put it bottom of E personally.
I think in that regard, it's going at the top of C.
So basically,
I don't know what it is about it. It's
basically it could have been great, but just didn't reach expectations.
Yeah, I mean, the theming is perfect, but I don't know. There's something about this track that just makes me mad whenever I race on it.
All right, we have the most infamous track in probably the entire series, Baby Freaking Park.
Well, that is easy F tier for me. Like I do not.
I definitely don't hate it that much, but I'd honestly say it's like somewhere in B tier. I don't care where, but like.
Yeah. So yeah, easy F tier for me. Above Excite Bike Arena. Why the hell is that? Okay. All right, there we go. F tier. You deserve a big fat F, babies.
Okay,
freaking screw you.
So, okay, I know I always kept picking this track for jokes, and because I know you guys didn't like it. But personally, jokes aside, I honestly kind of like this stage. Like, I know it's just a simple, like, looping track for, like, 6 different, like, rounds. I mean, one that makes it unique. But the other thing is just, I like the chaos it causes.
Yeah, that's the specific thing that Baby Park is going for. It's meant for chaos. And honestly, I believe the Double Dash version is supposedly the best because of the items, but I feel like having anti-gravity as well as 12 racers is like maybe a little bit better. But honestly, like God forbid, like the 8's version of Baby Park and the original Baby Park millions times better than the freaking garbage that the DS version is. Ugh.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, if you want to play like a Baby Park version that's actually good, play the Double Dash version. It's the best version.
Just stem away from the DS version.
Okay, but because of that chaos factor, I have to give it a B tier.
Top of S. I just love how chaotic it gets and like how fast it makes you feel. Like especially with custom items, this track is so fun.
I guess that it can be a factor.
Wait.
Yeah.
Guys, this is remember we didn't record this, but this is also the track where my dad like beat us and he literally screamed at the top of his lungs into my room. Literally went to my room and says, "I beat the teenagers."
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, but it's funny because he freaks out that much after just beating us in one race, not even the whole cup.
Baby freaking Bark too.
Well, don't forget we always dominate him every time he plays with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
The moment we were experiencing a man's dream come true.
All right. Now I'm gonna immediately express my opinion about Cheeseland because.
Oh wait, where did we put it?
I put Baby Park a little bit in the lower B
B.
tier because like I know you said you put S. It's B tier for me. I don't remember what Jordan said. I think he said B.
I said B.
And to average it out, because Michael put it straight at the bottom of the list, just average it out. Anyway, for Cheeseland, it's definitely a desert course, but like I I cannot express enough the idea of freaking cheese being the theme of the track, and I love it for that. But honestly though, like there's like just so many details about Cheeseland that I just absolutely adore. I honestly think it's like somewhere in A tier for me.
All right. Now, as for me, Cheeseland is going in the E tier. Like, I don't like this track at all, and I think
It's a desert course. Oh, I know.
pretty forgettable. And also, I can't even have cheese in the first place. So E tier above Dry Desert, surprisingly. Like, I actually prefer Dry Desert over Cheeseland.
Oh God, no.
Okay, don't get me wrong. The idea is silly and it's also kind of clever, but design wise, I give it a C. Like, I feel like also like not to mention the freaking craters in the ground. Like, I get it's supposed to reference the Swiss cheese, but it gets kind of annoying because it could really throw you off the track. So I give it a C.
Oh, this is another track I just despise. The theming is fun, but actually racing on it is just a pain. I feel like it's a worse Hyrule circuit without the theming, because like the craters in the ground, I feel like especially at the beginning, if you like go to drift, you'll jump up and just go right into a wall. It's just, I'd personally put this in F. I don't like this track.
Bottom.
I'm pretty much with Prism here. I just don't like this track.
Wait, all three of you guys are putting it in F?
Nah, I guess change the plan. F. Yeah.
Fine, D tier it is. Good lord.
No, I put mine in E tier, not F tier. But
Well, it doesn't. What difference does it make? Literally, all you guys average it out because I gave it A because I actually really like Cheeseland. Because like somehow like the stupid holes, I've like been able to like tolerate those. I've been able to like use my skills around them.
Yeah, you have skills. We don't.
No, I mean, even if you know the course, I just feel like it's kind of hard to even see the holes, especially if you're like in right next to two other people racing. I feel like it's just really hard to notice them. It's just like when you're trying to focus, you don't notice them.
Also, maybe I might be slightly biased just because of the extra detail in the background of the anti-gravity section. They didn't like make giant pizzas. They made cliffs that look like giant pizzas.
There's an I honestly don't remember the.
It's right. It's with the chain chomp onward.
Oh, I honestly don't even remember that being.
It's literally like you're literally doing like the two loop like 180s, and then it's the chain chomp.
Oh yeah.
All right. Wildwoods, huh?
C tier. I put it in C tier. Let's see. I probably put it below Mars Circuit and above Piranha Plant Slide. It's just, whatever. I really don't have feelings for it, to be honest.
Honestly, it's just bottom of C tier. I don't know.
I don't really remember the stage completely, but you know what? Yeah, I give it a C. Like, I think its theming is really cool and mystical, but just it's not executed well. I give it a C.
I'd rate it A. It's pretty good. I like how it's like a big forest and then there's a town in there, and then like especially the lake part. I really like that. How if you stay in the water, you get a big speed boost. It's a pretty fun track.
We'll leave it at bottom of B tier in that regard.
I mean, I guess a side note I could also mention is that the friggin' what is it? The shortcut you could take right before you get to the goal thing, like it literally requires a mushroom, otherwise it's like the slowest thing ever.
All right. Ho ho ho. This is gonna be interesting with Animal Crossing.
Ooh, I feel like we should rate all 4 seasons. Now I'm just kidding.
Nah, honestly, like I think collectively as an idea, like it definitely certainly like is an Animal Crossing track, and like the idea of like the seasons changing every time you play it, I think that's cool. I'd say it's kind of a little bit on the lower side of B tier for me though. It's only because like I don't really have it like I just don't really have that much like to say about Animal Crossing in general. I just have not played any of it.
Yeah, same here. I don't think I ever play. The only time I ever play Animal Crossing characters ever was in Smash Bros.
Yeah,
But other
that
than that,
I do not count that for me personally.
other than that, I've never played a single Animal Crossing of my life.
Hmm.
And so I put it in the B tier, above Donut Plains, below Donut Plains 3, and above N64 Rainbow Road. So yeah, B tier. It's a pretty solid B for me.
Okay, so again, this is being said for someone who's never played Animal Crossing, but personally, I don't like this stage. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. The idea of it being different depending on like summer, autumn, winter, and I forgot what the last one was, but like, wait, it's spring, isn't it?
It's literally all for the
Spring,
season.
summer, winter,
Yes.
fall.
Oh, I don't know what. Okay, I'm not gonna say it on camera, but I don't know why I keep thinking of it the other way. But basically, like, I feel like the stage is too short. Again, it's another crossover stage, and also that's it. That it's too short, too friggin' short, and also I don't know what I was gonna say. I already forgot. So
This is actually another one of my favorite tracks. I'd personally put it in S. I like how the seasons change every time you play it, and I also like how the villagers wave at you. I think the length is actually perfect for what it is. I don't know. It's a short and simple but fun track.
All right, we're leaving it in the middle of the B tier then.
okay, I guess that works. But also, I was gonna say I don't get how people spend hours in Animal Crossing, but probably a good thing I don't play it because I already spend enough hours doing what I already do, and I don't need another game to take out even more of my life.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is like one of the most single player Nintendo games ever, and especially because like Animal Crossing New Horizons had like just was either just around the corner or had just came out around when that stupid pandemic rolled around.
So I guess there's.
I think it was like right in the beginning of the pandemic is when
Yeah.
New Horizons came out.
All right. Anyway, ooh, we're about to get controversial with Neo Bowser City, a track that's stupid on 200cc, namely with those 180 turns near the back half of the track.
I absolutely hate Neo Bowser City. It's like my worst track ever on this game. But I'll give it credit. At least it's better than Bone Dry Doings, but it's still getting an F tier.
Okay.
I'm like so bad at it, especially on 200cc. I had to go to like automatic and smart steering every time I play it. It's just I'm just so bad at it.
All right, go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, so two things I have to say. Like, they're honestly complete. One is completely up, the other is completely down. The complete up is that I really like its theming, like kind of like looking like. To me, it kind of looks like Tokyo, and well, this is also being said from a person who kind of has a thing for the whole Japanese culture stuff. But man, can it be easy to fall off? I will say, like, especially during that, like, I think it's around like the last part where it requires like really precision drifting. If you're not drifting right, like or correctly or with precision enough, you're gonna fall off. So I'm just like, I really like its theming. I do not like its layout. So I have to probably give it a C.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat on that one. I feel like it's just a better Hyrule circuit. I love the Neon City theming, but that one turn, I feel like no matter what, you just have to slow down or you fall off, even in 150cc.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the track is fine. It's just like that one turn throws it off. I'd put it like middle of B.
Throws it off quite literally.
Yes.
Honestly, I think like since I'm also like in the C boat to average it out, but I think like the thing that like for me that's something that like does kind of save it is that like is that like I had recently like it came to my recent realization that the buildings in the background of Neo Bowser City they're basically styled after like those like colored hills that we see in the background of like World 1 levels and stuff. What I refer to as the Dome Hills because of that's what they interpreted in the Marvel cartoon as Dome City for the cave people. They're like the same like general like shape and like the windows in Neo Bowser for those buildings are like all I'm imagining is like the like different like spots on those dome hills. But yeah. All right, next we have Ribbon Road.
Oh god, River Road. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of River Road. Like even in the Super Circuit version, I just don't really find it memorable at all.
Nah,
But I will.
this version's miles better than the Super Circuit version. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
I was just about to say I do like this version a lot better, and how it's like actually play it in a goddamn house. But I just it's just not memorable to me. Like I just don't really care for it.
It's probably the music.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in the low D tier, but above Dragon Driftway.
Mm.
Personally, I have to give it a B tier. Like, I like it's another one where I really like its theming, like the idea of it's like being like giant toys. But like, I feel like some things could have been a little bit better, but I still really like this stage, so I give it a B.
I also really like the theming, how it's like you're the toys on a like racing Hot Wheels set, but on like 200cc in the time trials, it's just so infuriating. Normally it's fine, but I don't know. During that, it just the waves and the ribbon. It's trying to get the shortcut. It just makes me mad. But I'd put it high B.
Mine is kind of like low B, so I'll just like put it like kind of like a little bit near the bottom of B. I do like some of like the Easter eggs for like in the background of Ribbon Road. Not like the full on background of like the whole room. I mean like stuff like the actual carts being visible, just like bigger scale version of, like the Bitty Bud cart, and I think also like some like Toad Harbor, like the freaking Toad toy company that's seen in the background of Toad Harbor, like actual products from that. But I think like the one thing that gets me is that from the start of the track we can see mini toads from the Mario versus Donkey Kong series, and
All right,
that's all I
I'm
really gotta
back.
say.
Sorry, I just had to use the bathroom really quick.
That's fine. I was getting my opinions while you were gone. Anyway,
All right, Super Bell Subway yet or whatever how it's
yeah,
called?
we are. That's easily forgettable.
Yeah, it's just incredibly forgettable to me. Like, I mean, it's kind of like River Road to me, but I think it's worse.
Hmm.
So, but and also but kind of worse than Cheeseland to be honest. So I'm gonna give it an E tier.
It kind of reminds me of the friggin' why did I forget what the highway one was called again?
Speed Highway or Radical Highway?
No, not those. No, the Mario Trek, the one with the friggin'
Oh,
yeah, there it was.
Toaster and Pico.
It's kind of gets the same vibe. Is that where like you're trying to avoid like the trains from hitting you? I mean, I know it's just one train compared to a bunch of cars, but I kind of like this stage. I mean, definitely not on the same level as to Turn Away. I already forgot it again.
Turnpike.
But yeah, but I still really like it. So
Is that like high C for you?
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I like how it's you race on the subway tracks and you can go on the scaffolding and everything, but I don't know. I just feel like this track is missing something, but like it's about the same as Toad's Turnpike. Is where you put it on the tier list.
Well, I'm leaving it in the like the current middle of C tier to average it out.
Also, the fact that you call me out for comparing to another Sonic track, just like
I genuinely, because you said highway first, I genuinely thought you were talking about Speed Highway or Radical Highway. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not what I meant. But anyways.
Well, since I got immediately called out for Mute City when I said it was an easy S tier, what you guys are gonna trash talk it, Big Blue as well?
No. I actually think it's slightly better than Mute City, but not by much. But so I put it in the A tier, but below Duff and Shows, but above Mute City. So I think that's where it belongs personally.
I don't know, I'd probably say around the same area as Mute City. Like, similar, but I guess it is a bit higher, in my opinion.
Yeah, I also like it more than Mute City. It's like the same as Mount Wario, but just not as good. I'd personally put it like middle of B.
I'm just leaving it here right above Mute City because it's like like if this were my tier list, it'd be going right after Baby Park for me. Because like
So
I don't know why, I just enjoy Mute City a lot more. I'm sorry.
No,
So
we're
that
actually
is
halfway.
every single Mario Kart 8 Deluxe original 48 tracks reviewed. And now it's time for the interesting parts, the booster course, and we're halfway through. So let's get right to it.
And to think we're only
Uh,
halfway.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think we should probably like save that for another video because good freaking lord, this video is already long, an hour and a half.
And I'm also tired. I had to wake up early today, and I'm staying up late just for you guys.
Yeah, honestly, I think like we're probably just gonna like leave it here for the original Mario Kart 8 tracks, and then we'll probably like come back relatively soon to finish off the rest. I think we'll probably just like upload this on like one the planned Saturday that I have it for, and then the next part will just be right like a couple days after, probably. Maybe even next day. I don't know. Well, I think in that regard, we'll see you guys. Yeah, I think I'll probably just do it the next day. So, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna finish the rest of ranking the rest of the tracks, and yeah, from there we'll get the complete list. So, stay tuned for that, and yeah, we'll see you guys there in part 2. See you guys.
Bye bye. See you then.
Have a great day.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then consider leaving a like on the video and also subscribing to my channel. You should also check out the stuff my friends make. Sorry, hang on. As I was saying, you should also check out the stuff my friends make. Those being JordanDraws, Michael Game Show, Prism, and YourLocalLogo. I think you'll enjoy the stuff they make, and you might find me in some of that stuff as well. Their links to their channels or socials are in the description. And I think that's all I got, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!